This weekend, the Milford Performing Arts Center will open up their latest production. It's not just any ordinary theatrical performance, however, as MPAC will be raising the curtain on their annual Boars Festival. The festival is part of a tradition that dates all the way back to medieval times.
It's based on an ancient pagan festival. It celebrates the idea of life, death, and rebirth through human beings, through the seasons, through the universe. And it started during the winter solstice, probably because people needed something to celebrate and to take a break from the cold and the darkness.
It's less of a show and more of a celebration for the end of winter and the coming of spring and renewal and growth and all of those sorts of things. When it started here in particular, the Unitarian in Uxbridge, I believe, the minister there was talking about it, and she was talking with our founder, Carol Devendorf, and said, hey, we should do this, let's get some people together. So they did, and that was the first Boar's Head in this area, and we've since started doing it in Hopedale, and we've been doing it this church for ever. I'm not sure exactly how long, but it's become quite a staple. It's great.
Each play produced during the Boar's Head Festival carries with it similar themes, but with vastly different subject matter.
Every year we try to make it really different. So this year we have the Norse gods. We have Thor and Loki and Odin and Freya. We've never ventured that far north before. We've been in Ireland a couple of times. We went to Ellis Island once. We've been in Italy, France a couple years ago. We were in our own little made-up land that was sort of Ireland, but not really. And we really tried to incorporate different types of characters and different mythological elements at times in different fairy tales to make each one very unique.
Something else that makes this year's play unique is it was written by 18-year-old Milford resident and longtime MPAC member Hannah McCandless.
To be honest, I'm not quite sure what got me going on it. I think, honestly, it was the Marvel's movie, the Thor movies. And then last year, I think it was during Tech Week, I was talking to Jade, who is our director, and I brought up Thors Hammer, and somehow we got onto the topic of a ham and a hammer, so we just made it Thors Hammer, and Carol's character, who is Agnes, a Russian beer maker, is constantly thinking that Thor has lost a ham rather than a hammer. We're not quite sure why, but that's just how her character is. We think she's drinking too much beer.
It's interesting. Usually by the end of a Boar's Head festival, someone says, I have a great idea for next year's and I want to do this. So we usually go with it. And she said she had this great idea about something with the Norse gods, and then she just kept running with it, and she just did it all by herself. I mean, she sent it to Jade and I for edits, but we didn't do much. It was really very well set up. What each of the characters say makes sense for them, which is not an easy thing to do when you're writing a play. So she knew what she was doing.
The plot took way more longer than actually writing the dialogue. It's getting all the names and the songs and where we wanted certain stories to be. The dialogue took me a couple of days to tweak and stuff like that, and I would write some, send it to Carol and Jade, and then come back and redo some things. But basically, I just kind of wrote it, sent it off to them, and let them do the editing.
We talked about the plot a lot, so I knew more or less what was going on. I helped her pick out some of the names and things like that. But actually getting to see the full story and not just the little bits and pieces that I'd heard or read here and there was really, really wonderful.
Audience members will not only get to enjoy larger-than-life characters and broad comedic dialogue, Thors Hammer also includes a wide array of musical performances.
We have songs that are kind of modern-ish, and then others that aren't, and we've got some from other shows. Like one of our songs, the Ice Cutter song, is from the Disney movie Frozen, where it's got that old-time feel, but it is from a modern movie. And we've taken another song from a play, Cat in the Moon. We've taken that from Lord of the Rings, but most of ours are definitely oldish kind of songs, and they're a lot of fun.
Among the actors you'll see on stage in this year's Boar's Head Festival is MPAC's very own director, Carol Devendorf.
I'm one of the characters. I'm the crazy grandmother who makes beer, and I'm Russian. And I don't hear very well, and I think that when they're looking for Thors Hammer, I think they're saying they're looking for his ham. And so it gets very confusing for for me and for everyone, but it's a running joke throughout that works.
The entire MPAC company is excited to see Hannah's vision fully come to life during this weekend's performances.
Now that I'm getting older as well, and I can see those like Hannah, who I've known since she was very young, seeing her grow up and seeing that she's capable of writing this phenomenal script and put together all these very unique characters, it makes us all very proud to know that we've helped them grow and develop into people who can do these sorts of things.
It's been pretty amazing. Not all of it has been the way I pictured it in my head. It's become much better than I thought it was going to be, and it's been so much fun. And watching the actors portray the characters that I've seen in my mind all this time is amazing, and I'm having so much fun with it, and I cannot wait to perform it.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Coette. Make sure you check out full episodes of The Milford Informer on Milford TV. New episodes air every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. and then re-air frequently over the course of the weekend. Milford TV can be found on Comcast Channel 8 and Verizon Channel 38. And if you live in the Milford area and have an idea for a news story, you can contact us at news@milfordtv.net.